Good
Good
evening,
evening,
Father.
sir.
Good evening, Father.
Good evening, Father.
Good evening, Acha.
Good evening, Father.
Welcome back to Edu Skills OET Made Easy. Our mission is to make you fall in love with OET. If you're watching this on YouTube, kindly consider subscribing to the channel. Give us a thumbs up if you like our work, and share to your contacts so that we reach out to maximum number of OET aspirants, especially those who are financially struggling to crack OET. Today we are going to deal with OET subtest reading part B questions. Okay, let's listen. Now, question number 3 is also a listening practice for you.
4. On suspecting a disorder, it is important to A. Convey the gist of the problem. B. Articulate the symptoms with patient. C. Focus on associated illness outcomes.
From your general knowledge, on suspecting a disorder, it is important to. For example, don't think of a nurse now. If you are a mother, now you are suspecting some problem with your child, some condition. So what are you supposed to do? Convey the gist of the problem to the child. Say you are,
No, Father.
or
Father.
articulate the symptoms with the child. Means ask the child, what do you feel? Do you have a headache? Do you feel body pain? Okay. Third one, focus on associated outcomes. You focus on all those things. If the child is having cancer, you'll have to go for chemo. Do you think of that in the beginning?
No,
Father.
So what is the answer?
Maybe B.
Option B.
B.
Okay, that's only a prediction. Okay, don't read your experience or knowledge, pre-knowledge into the answers. But still, we are just telling you how simple it is. Sometimes you need not even go to the text. We have seen in many things now. Now we have selected articulate the symptoms with the patients. Means discuss the symptoms with the patients. So just listen and see whether it gives some idea of it. Yes.
How to approach the consultation. Adopt a non-judgmental approach through what is said and not said. Listen and understand the patient's version of reality, however bizarre it may appear. In order to discover more about what is going on in their world, ask focused questions if psychosis is suspected, and do not too readily dismiss symptoms as the results of depression, anxiety, or substance misuse. Avoid arguing with the patient, for example, by saying, "Of course, there aren't devils under the bed." It works better to say, "I understand that this is how it appears to you, but this is how it appears to me." Be true to the person as they were when well. Remember, hostility can be a symptom of the illness. Avoid diagnostic labels at too early a stage. Instead, focus the discussion around the patient's symptoms and experiences. Avoid using stigmatizing language. For example, some patients prefer a person who experiences schizophrenia rather than schizophrenic.
Any revelation, any finding?
Yes, Father. Second last, avoid diagnostic labels at an early stage.
Instead focus
patient symptoms
around the patient symptoms.
and experience.
That can be an into the answer, but somebody asked me what is a gist question. This is known as the gist question, gist-based question. This is definitely gist-based, means every line will tell you it will be connected to the answer. See, articulate the symptoms means how to ask questions, how to be non-verbal, what to be avoided. All those things are consultation, articulating the symptoms with the patient. When he says a symptom, how should you respond? Do you get me? Definitely, this gives you a clue to the answer. But not only that, even avoid arguing. For example, saying what is this? Focused question to find out the symptoms. Focused questions are to find out the symptoms. Just think of your speaking module, and you learn a lot of things here about your speaking module. What do you learn? See, you learn avoid diagnostic labels. And avoid stigma. Don't use stigmatizing language. Instead of schizophrenic, try to say a person who experiences schizophrenia. Even in your writing or listening or reading or whatever. Adopt non-judgmental approach for what? To discover more in their world, means their symptoms. To discover more about what is going on in their world means their symptoms, right?
Yes, Father.
Yeah, articulating their symptoms. Do not readily dismiss symptoms. Don't dismiss symptoms. Try to understand symptoms. Avoid arguing with the patients, but try to elicit the symptoms. So everything means articulating the symptoms with the patient. Sit with the patient. Whatever you are doing in this text, everything is with the patient. Your consultation is articulating the symptoms with the patients. So what you said in the beginning, see, instead focus the discussion around the patient's symptoms and experiences. Definitely, it gives a clue to the answer, but every line, every bullet point has a connection to this B option. That's why we call it gist based question. Did you understand?
Yes, Father.
Yes,
Yeah.
Father.
How to approach consultation? Consultation means what? If you are going to consult a doctor because you suspect something, you are going to enumerate the symptoms that you experience, right?
Yes.
Nothing else. Consultation means that. So the heading itself gives the answer. Now you see, on suspecting a disorder, it is important to convey the gist of the problem. Convey. Focus on associated illness outcomes. From general knowledge, you said it cannot be the answer. Okay. So you need not search so long. This is the gist-based answer. If you find focus the discussion around the patient's symptoms, definitely it is there. Articulate the symptoms with the patient. Not only there, everywhere. Do not do dismiss or discover more about what is going on in the world. Understand the patient's version of reality. Means all these are symptoms. They are synonymous expressions of symptoms.
Yes, Father.
Yes.
Yes, Father.
Yes, Father.
Yes.
Gist-based means the summary message of the whole paragraph. Gist means the whole paragraph speaks about something. Okay. As
Okay,
once I gave you gist means, for example, once I gave you one example like maybe who is that? Maybe for example Ruth Messi, and maybe who is that? Sabri Lakshmi is asking Ruth Messi. Ruth Messi, I don't know whether she is married. Sorry, this is just for an example. Ruth Messi was speaking about a proposal, and Sabri Lakshmi asked, "What happened to the proposal? You were you were discussing about a proposal that recently came in." Then Ruth Messi says, his family is not that advanced, or they are very traditional, and I don't think they will support me for OET or going abroad. And maybe they are also speaking about they need somebody to assist in the kitchen, and they have some field. She did not say anything about proposal. She did not use the word proposal or any proposal. She did not refer. But what Sabri Lakshmi will understand? Proposal is proceeding or over, ended.
Over.
Yeah, ended means ultimately the gist is that, message is that it's done. No more. Yeah, I am not going on with that proposal. Did you get me?
Yes, Father.
That is the gist. That is the gist. But in the whole text, all our conversation, Ruth Messi never mentioned that proposal or this proposal or nothing. She just said all these things, and it is understood. The gist is that
Okay, Father. Thank you.
khatam ho gaya. Yes, so that is cool.
Yes.
So that is done. Gist based question. Somebody was very keen about that.